with a provocation that may seem disconcerting. God doesn't exist. That's right, He doesn't exist, but calmly, not in the way you might imagine. God is not a person who lives in an isolated corner of the universe, much less a distant being waiting for you to be right or wrong to judge your choices. God simply is. He is the primary cause of everything, the beginning and the end, the reason why everything that exists is here. He does not need to exist in the sense that we know it, because He is the essence of everything, including you. When you understand that God is not a separate being, but the force that acts behind everything that exists, you begin to connect with prosperity and abundance in a profound way. Think about it. If He is the origin of everything, then the potential for the wealth and prosperity you so desire is also rooted in Him. And guess what? This potential lives within you, because you are an extension of this divine power. You have the spark of a powerful force that creates and transforms realities. Yes, you can do it. Everything you desire, all the wealth you dream of, is within reach because the power to create is not outside of you. He is inside you. And if that sounds grand, that's because it is. Shall we do a quick exercise? Take a piece of paper and write your name on it. Stop and reflect. The hand that is holding the pen is not just yours, it is the hand of God Himself. Do you know where God is now? He is writing your name on that paper, through you. That's because He doesn't need a body, He uses yours. Every action you take, every step you take, is a manifestation of divine power expressing itself in the physical world. You are His body, and that's no small feat, because it means that the divine potential to create wealth and abundance is also there, pulsing in your every cell. So, instead of waiting for something to come from outside to transform your life, realize that everything you need is already inside. The mindset of merit, of prosperity, is born from the recognition of who you really are. After all, if you are a part of God incarnate, why would you accept a life of scarcity? That doesn't make sense. Anyone who has creative power as a source cannot, under any circumstances, accept living in a limited way. It's like having a gold mine and never digging to see what's underneath. The world taught you to look outside, to seek answers externally, but the true source of wealth, prosperity and abundance is within you. Now, get ready for something that may challenge everything you've learned to date. You are a potential God. And before anyone gets shocked, let's be clear about what that means. This is not a new or fanciful idea. Psalms 82 already said, "You are God's." But why does this sound so revolutionary? Because you grew up hearing that you are a small, limited being, that you need to ask permission to have prosperity, to have wealth, to have peace. But what if this was all a big lie? What if this limitation was just a belief that was imposed on you? Imagine this: since you were born, you have been conditioned to believe that you do not deserve it, that you are not capable, that you need to sweat and suffer to achieve a minimum of abundance. But who decided this? Who placed these limits on you? The truth is that you carry within you the same creative power that created everything. Yes, you can do it. This divine potential is yours, but the world made you forget it. He made you believe that your essence depends on external factors, on something or someone out there that will give you permission to prosper. But this is false. Everything you need is already within you. Stop to think. Who created these limitations, this feeling of impotence? Was it society? Religion? It doesn't matter, because none of this has power over who you really are. You were made for abundance, for prosperity. Life is abundant, nature is abundant, the universe is abundant. So why wouldn't you be in that flow? Accepting living in scarcity is the same thing as denying your divine essence. If God, or the creative force, is in you, why do you live in a limited way? That doesn't make sense. You have all the merit in the world. You have all the capacity to transform your reality, to enrich yourself materially and spiritually. Now I ask you, will you continue to accept less than you deserve? Are you going to keep waiting for something outside of you to change? Or will you finally recognize that it is a divine expression and start acting like it? When you understand that you are an extension of God, something changes. Fear begins to disappear, doubt disappears, and you connect with a confidence that doesn't waver. This is a prosperity mindset. You are part of the divine power. This truth should make your blood boil with excitement. Let's move on to another point that may shake your beliefs. God is not out there, somewhere far away, watching from afar. He's your own creative consciousness, and if you still think that prosperity and spirituality don't mix, think again. Because true wealth is not in material things, but in the ability to manifest them with purpose. Everything you see in the world, all the opportunities for wealth and abundance, are within reach because the divine consciousness within you is the key that opens all doors. Now, here's the question that no one wants to answer. If you carry the consciousness of God within you, why do you still live below your potential? The answer is simple. You still haven't realized who you really are. You live waiting for something miraculous to happen, when the real miracle is realizing that you are the force that creates, transforms, and makes it happen. The deserving mindset is not just thinking positive or repeating empty self-help phrases. It's knowing, in every cell of your body, that you are worthy and capable of everything you want, without exceptions. So, let's get straight to the point. If your conscience is an extension of God, who is stopping you from achieving prosperity? It's not God. They are not other people. It's your own attachment to limiting beliefs. Since when did society tell you that getting rich is wrong? Since when did they say that spirituality and wealth are incompatible? These are all illusions, masks that keep you away from the truth. The truth is, if you are an extension of divine consciousness, you deserve prosperity in all areas. It is your responsibility to recognize this and act in tune with this truth. Think about it. Material wealth is just an extension of the abundance you carry within. But if you don't feel worthy, how can you express it? How can you attract what you internally deny? Prosperity begins within, with the knowledge that you don't need permission to prosper. The world is filled with abundance, and you have a divine right to partake of that abundance. Stop settling for crumbs. The time has come to break down everything you have learned so far about God. Forget this idea of a distant, isolated being that needs to be feared and worshipped with empty ceremonies and rituals. I'm going to tell you a truth that perhaps no one has the courage to speak. God doesn't want your worship, He wants your action. God wants you to express yourself, to manifest your potential, to live in prosperity. May you be exactly who He is in essence, an unlimited, abundant being, capable of creating your own reality. The true spiritual revolution is understanding that His power is there, inside you, waiting to be used. And honestly, why didn't anyone teach you that? Because it takes much more work to awaken a creative mind than a submissive mind. Thinking of God as a force outside of you is easy, but it leaves you limited, without autonomy, without the courage to take control of your life. Since you were a child, you learned to ask, to beg for blessings, as if abundance were a privilege for the few. But you are God in action. True prayer is not asking, but knowing that you already have it. You deserve everything you want, and you don't need anyone's permission to live in prosperity. What do you think you are God's means, anyway? That you carry a divine particle, a creative spark, that can manifest anything you want. But the world taught you to be small, to fear this power. And, in the end, why? Because a being aware of its own power is free, uncontrollable, and does not accept limited living. You are a channel of creative energy, and it is your divine right to be prosperous. Everything that keeps you from this understanding is an illusion, a block that was placed to keep your light turned off. So, let's put an end to this idea that you need to deserve divine grace, as if it were stored in a distant place. You already have this grace, because you are part of the source itself, and everything you desire, prosperity, wealth, abundance, is there, within your reach. Do you think God wants to see you in scarcity, in limitation? That doesn't make sense. You are His body, voice, thought here. When you manifest something, when you prosper, it is the divine energy itself that expands, that strengthens through you. So, how about stopping believing in limiting ideas and acting like the powerful being you are? Let's get straight to the point. If you are an extension of God, prosperity is not something you earn or deserve after proving yourself. Prosperity is your divine right, and if you still believe that being spiritual means living in scarcity, perhaps it's time to review this outdated belief. Why, after all, would God want you to live with less than He Himself is capable of offering? Abundance and wealth are a natural part of the divine flow. When you understand this, you begin to see that living with less than you deserve is going against the very divine nature that pulses within you. Now think, how many times have you believed that asking for prosperity was selfish? How many times have you felt guilty for wanting more? That thought was put there to keep you where you are. True spirituality is not living in scarcity, it's understanding that the universe is abundant and that you are part of it. You can do it. You are able to access this abundance at any time, because it is not outside. It does not depend on external factors. It springs from within you, from your conscience, from your innate merit. It all starts with a change of mindset. But of course, society says otherwise, because people with a prosperous mindset are dangerous. People who recognize their right to prosperity are free, autonomous, and escape control. And you know what's stronger? It's just that, by manifesting prosperity, you make space for others to do the same. When you prosper, divine energy prospers, you become a channel of expansion and abundance, and that is the most spiritual thing you can do. The energy of merit and prosperity is contagious, it elevates everyone around you. The time has come to abandon this idea that you need to sacrifice yourself to be worthy of something. Sacrifice, scarcity, suffering are not synonymous with spirituality. Quite the opposite. To be spiritual is to be prosperous, because divine energy is abundance. You were not created to live with less than you deserve. Money, wealth, material goods are just reflections of the spiritual prosperity that you cultivate internally. When you make space to receive, you are honoring the divine in you. So the question is, are you willing to allow yourself to thrive? Are you ready to embrace your divine right to live abundantly and finally align your life with your essence? Let's demystify yet another illusion that you were taught. To attract wealth, you don't need to be worthy in the moral sense that they imposed on you. I'll be very direct. The universe is not concerned with your concept of worthiness. He is not judging whether you are a perfect person or not. The only thing that matters to attract prosperity is to vibrate at the frequency of what you want. And that's why many people out there, who are far from being saints, manage to have everything they want. They are on the right frequency, whether they know it or not. And why does the universe grant riches to them? Because the universe responds to the vibration, to the frequency that you emit, and not to the human concept of worthiness. Think about it. Have you ever seen very rich people who, on the outside, seem far from the idea of perfection? And yet they have prosperity, they have wealth. Why? Because, somehow, they are aligned in the vibration of what they want. They are not sabotaging themselves with feelings of guilt, scarcity, unworthiness. The universe does not complicate things. It responds to clarity and conviction. The great idea is that it is not enough to just wish for prosperity. You need to vibrate at this frequency. Live as if wealth were already part of you. Don't wait to feel deserving in the eyes of others to align yourself with what you want. The universe does not recognize the moral constraints that society has imposed on you. What he understands is your energy, your mindset. If you think about wealth but feel guilt, fear or doubt, you are sabotaging the process. The secret is simple. Vibrate what you want, feel, think and act as if you already have what you want, because, energetically, you already have it. And if you still doubt it, look at how the world works. People who get what they want, whether it's wealth, love or success, are not apologizing for it. They vibrate at the frequency of abundance without even being aware of it. Want a practical example? Start imagining what your life would be like if you already had all the wealth you want. What would your daily life be like? How would you feel? Feel it now. The universe will respond to this vibration. This is the mindset that puts you in tune with prosperity, the internal certainty that you deserve it. Not because someone says you are good or bad, but because you are vibrating in what you want. Now let's get straight to the point. To materialize what you want, it's not enough to dream. You need to direct your intention. Many get lost thinking that just because they want something, that's enough. But if the desire is accompanied by doubts, fears, or the old belief that you are not worthy of receiving, then you are sabotaging your own prosperity. The universe responds to what you focus on and believe deeply, not what you hesitantly ask for. It is the power of focused intention that attracts abundance. When you truly align yourself with what you want, you begin to vibrate at that frequency and see things change. And be careful, intention is different from desire. Desire is a will, but intention is a decision. When you decide that you are going to live in prosperity, that you are going to access all the abundance that you deserve, you emit a vibration that is firm, clear, without hesitation. Look around you. People who truly live in abundance have no doubt about what they deserve. They don't dwell on whether or not they are good enough. They simply decide and act on that vibration. They don't waste time questioning. They stay focused on the intention and reap the results. Ask yourself, where's your focus? Is it in the abundance you desire or in the fears you still carry? Because the universe makes no distinction between what you want and what you fear, it just responds to what you vibrate. Therefore, if your intention is mixed with fear or insecurity, you end up attracting this confused energy. The power to attract prosperity begins with clarity of intention. Decide that you are capable, that you are worthy, and that you will live in accordance with that truth. Want a practical tip? Every day, take a moment to see yourself as the prosperous person you want to be. Feel the energy of abundance. Visualize yourself living with everything you want, without doubts or restrictions. The universe responds to this kind of focus. And there is nothing more powerful than a mind in harmony with what you want to materialize. Here's a secret that few understand. The way you talk about your life shapes the reality you live. Every time you say phrases like "I never have enough money" or "this is impossible for me," you are reaffirming a frequency of scarcity. It's as if you were giving an order to the universe: keep sending me misses. Your language is a direct reflection of the vibration you emit, and the universe responds exactly to that. To manifest abundance, start speaking like someone who already lives in abundance. The point is that the universe does not differentiate whether what you say is a current reality or just an intention. He responds to the strength of what you declare, to the power of your words. If you begin to affirm "I am prosperous, I have everything I need, and I attract opportunities for wealth," you are not just talking, you are reprogramming your mind to align with the frequency of prosperity. This change in language creates a new field of possibilities around you. You can do it. This is abundance mindset in action. Let's think about concrete examples. Instead of saying I want to be rich, state I am already abundant and prosperity flows into my life. Replace I hope to be successful one day with I am successful in everything I do. This difference seems subtle, but the impact is profound, because you are no longer asking, you are affirming. And when you do this, your mind begins to vibrate at a frequency of merit and conviction. Also, start observing the vocabulary of people who live in prosperity. They rarely talk about scarcity or limitations because they are in tune with the flow of abundance. For them, life is full of opportunities, and they act and speak in accordance with that vision. This language is a habit you can cultivate too. From today onwards, be careful with the words you use. How about committing to never talking about lack or impossibilities again? By changing your language, you are changing your reality. It may seem simple, but this practice is one of the most powerful for transforming your vibration. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful manifestation tools, creative visualization. And here it's not just about imagining what you want, but about seeing it in detail, feeling it intensely, as if you were already living it. This reality. Visualization is like a bridge between your intention and physical reality, because when you visualize, you vibrate at the frequency of what you desire. It is as if, by seeing yourself prosperous and abundant, you are creating a new reality from your own energy field. What few understand is that when you visualize clearly, your mind cannot differentiate between what is real and what is imagined. She begins to believe that it already exists, and the universe responds to this vibration. Visualizing is much more than a simple mental exercise. It's like planting a seed that begins to grow and expand in the energetic field around you. The real question is, are you willing to see yourself as someone who has already achieved prosperity? Here's a practical exercise. Every day, set aside 5 minutes to close your eyes and imagine your prosperous life. Imagine the details, the environment, the people around you, what it feels like to have this life of abundance. Feel the joy, satisfaction, and deserving of being in this place. If you are visualizing a house, see every detail, every piece of furniture. If it's a trip, feel the atmosphere, the smell, the emotion of being there. The more real, the better. You can do it, because the universe understands and responds to the vibration of these mental images. Now, you may be asking yourself, but how does this really work? What happens is that, by visualizing, you are conditioning your subconscious to act in accordance with this new reality. Little by little, your thoughts and actions align with what you visualized, and the universe begins to open paths and opportunities. Successful people in every field, from athletes to business people, use visualization to materialize their goals. This is not a trick, it is science applied to spirituality. Visualize every day. Live this reality internally and notice how the energy around you begins to change. Remember, you create your reality from what you see with clarity and intention. We've reached the crucial point. It's time to act like the powerful creator that you are. It's no use just knowing that you are an extension of God, that you have the power to vibrate at the frequency of wealth, if you don't put all of this into practice. You can do it. It's time to take full control of your reality, to make bold decisions that reflect your worth. Prosperity does not wait for those who stand still, it flows to those who act with conviction and purpose. You can do it. It's time to break once and for all with the inertia that holds you back. And you know what's most controversial? Waiting for God to do it for you is a waste of time, because God is you in action. Every step you take is the divine manifestation happening in the physical world. So why keep waiting for external miracles? You are the moving miracle. The abundance mindset requires action aligned with your desires. It is not enough to visualize and affirm, it is necessary to materialize it through concrete attitudes. Want an example? If you want financial prosperity, start investing in yourself, acquire knowledge, look for business opportunities. Think about the people you admire, those who have achieved wealth and success. They didn't sit still and wait for things to happen, they acted, even in the face of challenges and criticism. They understood that merit is not something that is expected, but something that is claimed. You can do the same too, stop hiding behind excuses or fears. Abundance is available to those who dare to go beyond the ordinary. Remember, you are capable, all creative power is in your hands. And don't be fooled, taking action doesn't mean doing anything without direction. It means aligning your actions with the awareness that you are the creator of your reality. It means making choices that reflect your mindset of prosperity and abundance. For example, if you want to improve your financial life, how about studying investments? Read books like Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki or The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason. Act strategically, seeking knowledge that expands your possibilities. The universe responds to the energy of movement. When you take action, even in small steps, you are telling the universe that you are ready to receive. You deserve it. Don't let old limiting beliefs paralyze you. If necessary, break rules, challenge the status quo, be controversial. Remember that great achievements never came from people who followed the safe and predictable path. Wealth and prosperity are achieved by those who dare to be different, who are not afraid to embrace their greatness. So, the choice is yours. Continue as you are or take on the role of creator of your life once and for all. You can do it. There are no more excuses. All wisdom, all power, all abundance is already within you. Just act. What will you do today that will reflect this new awareness? How will you demonstrate to the universe that you are ready to receive everything you deserve? The decision is in your hands. Remember, you are God in action. When you act, you move the energies of the universe in your favor. When you decide, you materialize what was previously just an intention. The time has come to fully live this truth, to experience prosperity in all areas of your life. You are capable. Prosperity awaits you. So what are you waiting for? We have reached the end of this journey, but the truth is that this is just the beginning for you. Now, you know that God is not out there in a faraway place. It is the force that pulses within you, the creative consciousness that you carry in every thought, every decision, every vibration you emit. The power of prosperity, abundance, and merit is in your hands, because you are the divine manifestation in action. Everything we said here was so you could remember this. You are capable of manifesting the life you want. Prosperity does not wait. It responds to your vibration, your focus, your intentions, and, above all, your action. You are the creator, and the universe just awaits your command to align with what you want to live. So, choose consciously, focus on what you want, take control of your reality. You are not here to live less than you deserve. Abundance is your divine right. And before you leave, I have a powerful invitation for you. If this content made sense, if it touched your heart and opened your mind, take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel. This is just the beginning of a series of content that will help you achieve prosperity and an abundance mindset. Give it a like so that more people can see this video, and comment below what impacted you the most. And don't forget to share with someone who also needs to hear this message. Let's together build a community of prosperous people connected to their divine power. Prosperity is waiting for you.